What's up, guys? J.Con here, and today we are going to be doing the Raku Otaku Podcast, and we're going to be talking about out-of-print / rare manga that kind of fall under the same sort of thing. But yeah, introduce yourself, guys.
Hey, I'm Manga Unboxed, and we also have a guest on this podcast today.
Yo, what's up? I'm the Manga Sloth. I'm a manga tuber. Also.
And Jake is gone.
Yeah, I'm just J-Dog-Con, so...
As always.
Yeah, there's always two J-Dog-Cons in at least one episode.
Of course.
But,
P-Dog.
yeah, to start off, since we're doing out of print and out of, rare, I kind of want to start off with, the most recent stuff with the pandemic, where, everything's out of stock, and there's just a lot of rare stuff. So, I want to hear what you guys think about that, Slam Dunk, Yu, now JJK, Chainsaw Man.
So, you're talking about, the headasses who are selling, fucking volumes that you can just wait for $100 and people buying them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I kind of think about that, where it's just, you just need patience, because, there's no need to be hasty and buy volumes for, $50 when they're gonna be, $7 in a few months. You just kind of got to be patient, and if they're going in and out of stock, you can just pick the series up piece by piece.
Yeah, I think it's actually a good thing because it's showing a huge manga boom for physical manga. More people are getting into it. More great titles are coming out, but on the other side, it sucks if you need one.
Yeah, you can see the mix in why it's good and bad, but it is very annoying when you're trying to get JJK Volume 0, cough cough me, since I really been just wanting it, and I'm having to wait a little while for paying $50 on the second-hand market, and just nowhere in stores.
I think it's really
One thing I am... Go ahead.
I think it's really these, I think it's because... Back when, the manga community, because obviously 2020 just boosted its popularity so much because of just people just didn't have much to do, so they really went into niches. And I think the thing that's so interesting to me is that, the sort of manga that would go out of print or out of stock kind of shifted. It was, first these very rare series, limited supply, maybe didn't get a fair run. Something like Gintama, where it didn't get a fair run, it was canceled. Battle Royale, where it was literally on a defunct company. But shonen, these really sought after shonens, it's kind of changing. It's not it's not what had limited supply, it's what people actually want is what's going out of print, which I find really interesting.
Yeah. There's also there's also one thing I've never heard very many or any people talk about yet, is there's a big boom in manga type subscription boxes, and one of the main ones is Manga Spice Cafe, and they just so happen to keep printing and giving in their boxes all the things that are hard to find. Chainsaw Man #1, Jujutsu Kaisen 0, also Solo Leveling, everything that's super popular, everybody wants, they're nabbing up huge quantities for their box. At least in the
I
US.
had no idea about that.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I didn't know anything. That's just this is going to be a weird comparison, but that sounds kind of like what happened with Air Gear 28 when people just overbought it and just manipulated. So it's kind of weird, and I don't know if I like that because that's just really annoying.
Yeah.
But they're just putting it in their boxes, right?
Yeah, they're just doing it to boost their own sales, though. That's probably why they're doing it.
It just happened. It's just happening at a time because they give brand new series in volume 1s. So they gave Jujutsu 0, and then they gave Chainsaw Man 1, Solo Leveling, stuff like that. So I don't know how many boxes they sell, but I know they sell a lot, and they're always sold out.
I don't really see that as a bad thing. That's just kind of what they do. It's not just them doing it to boost their sales.
Yeah, but
it's just they have it, they're selling it.
And how many people want those boxes, but didn't want Jujutsu 0? But then they were like, oh, what's this? They read it, and now that's another person that's going to be hunting for the rest of them, if they like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. The whole thing with, the Viz manga, I'm one of the people that was pulled in during the pandemic, but, from what I've heard, it should get better, once it ends, and they'll be printing more stuff more frequently.
Yeah, I've been Sloth definitely has been in it longer than me, but I've been in it for like 3 years now, and like this was like never like this. I mean, the pandemic made them like
feel like old man time here.
The pandemic definitely had them have half their what's it called? They only had like half the people working, so they had half the amount of supply, and then the boom in popularity in manga made it so they had to have more. So it was kind of just difficult for them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
And then there's also a random thing called a pandemic that's affecting everybody.
Yeah.
And slowing everything down too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I guess as we transition with this, something that I'd kind of like to bring up, and I'd like to just ask this question for all of you guys. What was your first, like, sort of run-in with an out-of-print manga that was, like, just, like, annoying? Because, like, if you weren't really, like, used to it, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you're collecting your Naruto and stuff like that. That's very, very heavily in supply because it's, you know, it's Naruto. But, like, what was your first run-in? I guess I can say mine. So, back when, like, obviously, I credit this guy a lot in my, like, getting into manga, but NZ Anime Manga made a video on Message to Adolf. I think I watched it about a year or two ago. And I was like, wow, this sounds super compelling and interesting. And back then, I think you can get the volumes now. Actually, I think I just got volume 1. Volume 2 is coming in relatively soon. But I think it's like, it's a sort of roadblock that everybody experiences at one point. And, you know, it's just interesting to see what your experiences were with it. Obviously, I saw these volumes were $100. And I was like, what? Is it like, because at first I was like, oh, maybe that's like the normal price where it's like American comics where they're maybe, because it was flipped. And I was like, maybe it's more of like that style. And then I realized, no, it's just an absurd price for something that should be cheaper. So, yep.
Yeah, I haven't, like, I'm getting into more out-of-print manga now, but before that I didn't really feel the need to really collect a lot of out-of-print manga, but you could say that Slam Dunk, even though it wasn't out of print, it was out of stock, I had trouble finding 2 volumes that I needed. I was actually very lucky getting Slam Dunk because I basically got the whole series before it got hard to find, so I was lucky with that. But I did have a lot of trouble to get those last 2 volumes. It took me a few months, but I'm pretty sure those ones are back in stock now. And also, like, the same thing with Slam Dunk. I had some trouble with Yu Yu Hakusho, but I didn't really focus on it too much. I just kind of waited till it was printed again and just got the ones that I missed.
For me, it was 20th Century Boy singles because, you know, first out-of-print series I ever got. I still don't have the complete, so that doesn't help me. I mean, I don't have 17 and 19 still, but I have everything else. So, yeah, I mean, it's just super annoying because, like, I read all of 20th Century Boys because before I got into physically collecting, I was on scans, and I tried to collect all of the series I read on scans physically, and now the last 2 I need is Tokyo Ghoul and Monster, if I'm not mistaken. And, of course, now these last 2 volumes are 20th Century Boys, and just really annoying for me. But, yeah, that's for me.
You get a good amount of rare manga.
Well, I have a few things.
Mm-hmm.
But what about you, Sloth?
For me, my story's a little different. I don't know, Unboxed and Kun. How long have you guys been collecting or reading manga?
I've been reading it for about maybe 6 years, but I didn't really start getting into collecting until last year.
Okay.
Probably for me about like 7 to 9 months.
Okay, so we can add all of your years together, and I'm still way past yours. So I never really had a big problem with getting manga and like out of stock manga. It just never really was a thing. It was a thing, but it wasn't a thing to me. Not that I had buckets of money. I meant like I wasn't immersed in it as I am as much as I am now. And earlier on in my manga collecting years, obviously I had different jobs. I couldn't afford, everything. So I just went and bought, the most popular things like One Piece and stuff. But I'd probably say it's a little difficult now because I used to have all the 20th century singles and, the Gants and the GTOs and all that stuff. But I sold all that years ago.
You can still talk about that, how you got it. So.
I mean, but I didn't have a problem getting it years ago. That's what I'm saying. Now, if I wanted to get it again, I'm going to have issues. I'd probably say a couple years ago, I was trying to get, what was that series that I didn't like? I was trying to get one random volume of, what is that? Well, Blood Blockade Battlefront.
Oh,
and I think it was either that or like a series my wife wanted to have in physical volumes called Boys Over Flowers. I just didn't know that they were just so much money, and every single volume is $30 to $70.
Yeah,
and it's just ridiculous. And I was like, nah.
For Blood Blockade though, I think the anime is actually better than the manga. So I feel like
100% agree.
Because like isn't Gray not even in the manga?
I'm not sure because I tried reading volume 1, and if you know the creator of Trigun, his manga is very difficult to read. It's very difficult to understand what's going on. Not that it's bad, it's great. Okay. It's just so hard to understand. You just have to watch the anime. I couldn't understand it, and I sold my Blood Blockade volumes. That's what happened.
The Blood Blockade anime is actually pretty damn easy to understand, to be honest.
Yes, because it's in color.
So much easier. They make it so much easier to understand.
I've watched the entire...
I watched it. I enjoyed it. As soon as I dropped the series, and then I bought the anime, and I said that's how I'm gonna enjoy this series. Like Trigun.
I just hope you can on point, to be honest. That's a really good show. I like it a lot.
Just to kind of transition into another topic, it's what I kind of want to talk about is like the appeal of collecting rare manga. People that like collecting rare manga, like I've seen many manga doers kind of be very into collecting rare manga, like the Prom G and Otaku Modes, like are two main examples, because most of their collection is full of rare manga.
Don't talk to me about Prom's collection, bro. I'm so jealous of Prom's collection at some points.
It's nice.
Dude, he has Flowers Evil Volume 10, he has 20th Century Boys 17, 19.
It's got a lot of stuff.
Dude, I'm so jealous sometimes, but it's okay. I'm not going to get depressed over it. But yeah, sometimes I actually do really like watching those kinds of videos, but I can just imagine how much money they spend, and I'm just not willing to spend that much money on a series.
But sometimes they get deals, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I always look for deals of series I want. Like Air Gear, I literally keep on, like, I watch Air Gear like so much, just like make sure I can try to get volume 28. But like, comparing it to like, I really just don't think I can find those kinds of deals. I don't know how they do. I'm just not that lucky.
If you're just talking money-wise, Jake, you and me have really big collections. I mean, our collections are a crap ton of money. We could sell all of ours and buy their collections twice over, but because they're smaller, condensed.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. It's kind of like collecting anything: cars, baseball cards, anything.
You just want.
It's just kind of the worth too. It's like, will getting this series be like as worth it as getting like 3 other series that I think are just as good, if not better, just because this one series is rare?
Should I sell my whole collection for 2 sets of Gans?
Exactly. It's like it's the same kind of like thing where it's like, you know, me and Unbox probably have like, you know, we both have like upwards of maybe 400 volumes, and I don't know about Unbox, but like around that, right?
Around there.
We've both been collecting for like similar amounts of time, and that's probably similar to like, I think Prom is like maybe 500 or so, and it's like, it's just because they sort of prioritize a different side of the collecting sort of lifestyle, and it's interesting. I really like watching their videos, but I never do it myself. I think there's the only time I pick up an out-of-print series is
I've been getting into it. I've been kind of getting into it recently.
Yeah, 100%.
With 3 series.
Well, like, I'm trying to pick up all the, I've been trying to pick up all the real singles, which some of them are pretty pricey, same with 20th Century Boys. That's because I really want those series, you know what I mean? And
yeah. Like, I've been trying to collect, like, Eden and Lone Wolf and Cub.
Oh, Eden's. Good luck.
I already have 6 volumes, and I've got good deals on them, so it's looking pretty bright so far, but it's gonna be tough.
I sold mine to East.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just sold some Edens that I picked up in that giveaway haul for East.
I missed a lot of them.
I will say one side note. is not. I'm not saying prom and otaku specifically, but I know of other people who are not manga tubers who collect just super rare manga like that, have smaller, they're still big but smaller condensed collections. But I would say we have a more dangerous collecting ability than they do, because a lot of times those people don't want to read One Piece. They don't want to read Black Clover. They don't want to read that kind of stuff.
They don't want
and we do, but we also want the rare volumes. So we want both.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's dangerous for us. Like, another series I started trying to get recently was a series called Kakaishi. I got volume 1. I haven't read it yet. I want to see how it is. But if I do like it, it's going to be annoying because it has the same thing as Warobito, which Sloth, you probably remember. Volume 6 for Warobito, well, Kakaishi Volume 14 is the same thing. And it's just going to be annoying because some of those series will have, like, just one volume out of print, and that's, like, probably the most annoying kind of thing, is when there's, like, a full, like, 30-volume series with one volume out of print.
Yeah, I mean, out of I'm waiting on a couple Toricos. Like, there's 2 of them that are $60-$70 a piece, and I just don't want to buy them for a whole filler.
Yeah. Some of those shonen ones, just, not even just shonen, but some just Viz series, or just even, other series where, it's just a bunch of volumes, and you just need to find this one volume. That kind of happened to me with Slam Dunk, because, as I said, I was lucky and got most of it.
Absolute
beforehand.
Shitters, bro. It's because I've been trying to collect 20th Century Boys in real. It's it's 2 volumes. It's just 2 volumes that are making the whole process just as hard as it is.
Yeah. And that's when people break down and spend $50 on a volume because they just really need it.
I might give
for 20th Century Boys though, J-Dog, it isn't even just 2, it's 4, because you have to think about 21st as well.
I'm just getting the Omni.
Unless you get the perfect edition. Yeah, if you get the perfect edition, it isn't bad, but oh my god, those things go for 100 each. I'm so lucky I found them retail at the store.
That is bad.
Yeah, that's
but I think that collecting rare manga, it has its appeals, but I think some other ones, or just one that's kind of more overlooked, is the fact that a lot of people find it, fun. It's fun if you succeed, but it can get, very, very tedious. But I do think that some people, have fun and get a thrill out of collecting rare manga, and just having, something exclusive. There's nothing wrong with that. It's, you like having something special in your collection that is more specific to your collection.
It's like the same as Pokemon cards or anything. Why do you need that $250,000 Charizard? You're not ever going to play with it. You just like to have it, nostalgia or the thrill of collecting it or anything. If not, it would be, the same as an everyday object. Toilet paper, they got to buy every week or whatever.
For me,
you could, from one stance, say it's just paper, but you could say it's rare paper, and then it's totally different.
For me, that's how I feel about Monster Hunter, Flash Hunter, where I'm probably only gonna read it once if I got the whole set. But will I keep my set? Oh, I keep my set for a while. Yeah, I mean, it's out of print. It's very expensive, and I just think it's cool to have something that rare, and it's kind of unique to my collection because. You watch a collection video, you're probably not saying Monster Hunter, Flash Hunter anywhere. It's been out of print for 10 years. So, I think that I can see that.
Yeah, 100%.
I think some of the closer things that I have to being more special to my collection is Lone Wolf and Cub volumes I have, and if I ever get Eden, then that will be probably one of the biggest rare things in my collection. And maybe even the Blade of the Mortal omnibuses if they don't get a reprint.
I think 7 and 4 did. So I feel bad. I sold my spare 7 recently, and I sold it for eBay price, and then I came back in stock 2 weeks later. So I feel bad for you.
That person is hurting.
That was a good topic though. I'd like to kind of revisit that. The sort of it's a bit off topic from the main thing, but it's just sort of as you guys were saying, it just matters how special it is to you. Where it's I think everyone, as these titles are my manga holy grail or whatever it is. It's everyone has that one thing that's special to them, and I don't think for everyone it has to be that thrill sensation.
Rare.
It has to be rare. For me, my big goal is since I'm a big fan of the Viz Sig line, it's they make some of my favorite manga of all time, probably good majority of them, and just super utmost quality and just feels great. I've been trying to go for all the Viz Sig series. I think I'm only like, I think I did a calculation. I'm only like 10% there, but it's like the progress is like what really is just like euphoric in a sense, and that's why I really like collecting.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be super rare. It could just be special to you. It could just be really nice. Like, if one of my favorite things in my collection, if not my favorite, is the Akira Box Set. It's not very rare. It could be rare in the future, but it's just so nice, and I just really love the series.
Well,
Best box set ever made.
I need it.
I need it. Yeah.
J-Dog's favorite series of No Guns Life is Viz Sig. So.
I've also seen that Pandora Hearts box set though.
That
one looks like it could be a contender.
Dude, we're not gonna.
But that's
I don't have it
maybe
though.
a second place, but
yeah.
Isn't
But
that
the Akira one is too nice.
Not
sure.
Because I know Volume 2 of Pandora Hearts is out of print, so I don't expect the box set to be in print.
Yeah, it could be, because people just get the box set then if the one volume is going to be as much as the box set.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the box set, bro, it's probably took a lot of money to make just one. It's just literally made out of wood. So.
Yeah, that thing's probably mad expensive for retail.
Yeah, it had like 20 volumes in it, didn't it?
Damn, and they're big.
Yeah, so I mean...
Also kind of another thing... I wanted to cover, it's like, you guys were saying, like, a lot of it could just be, like, it being special to people, but I think there are, like, a lot of people, or just, like, even, like, maybe even the majority of, like, people that get rare manga, they just really want to read the series physically, or they really like it and they want to get it physically, and they just like the series, like, itself, and are just willing to spend a lot just to get it in book form, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think that's like every single series for people, but I can definitely see that for some people. Because I feel like sometimes some people just get rare series for the sake of having a rare series.
Oh, for sure.
Like, some people buy Gantz just to have Gantz.
Yeah, because it's pretty fucking shit.
Oh my god, they spent $2,000 on a set of 37 volumes, and they just don't.
Yo, Gantz, your J-Dog just better be having like a shit take, because like Gantz better not be bad.
Oh, dude, it's actually not for me, bro. It's, just buy one of the Omnis or read it on scans if you like before you fucking pick that shit up, dude. Like, just don't be fucking stupid. My god, dude. And sorry, go on.
Yeah, well, the J-Dog, to be fair to anybody who's bought Gantz, that take is not exactly the most popular.
I think it is.
Because I feel like I haven't seen someone that's read Gantz and hasn't really liked it. I haven't seen many besides you, but I think if someone buys the singles, they're never gonna admit that it's bad. Like, even if they could like convince themselves that they like it, but I'm sure that like I'm not saying that people that read Gantz and get the singles are lying, but I just think that, let's say they didn't like it, I think that they would never admit that.
I think...
Yeah, because they spent like $2,000 on it.
The thing about Gantz is that I personally think that, like, it's not... Like, I shit on it a lot in my videos. But I also shit on Vagabond a lot in my videos, and, like, it's honestly not that those series are bad. It's just, they're just the most bland series, and they're just like solid 5s out of 10s.
Overhyped.
But they're just so overhyped, yeah, you know what I mean? Those two in particular. That's why I shit on them all the time.
I feel like when stuff is overhyped and you don't very much like it, your opinions become a lot stronger.
Yeah, 100%.
On it, like Junji Ito.
Yeah, perfect example. Fuck Junji Ito.
I mean, he's made some good stuff.
Fuck Ito. Except for Regima, or whatever that was.
Remina? I heard Remina's usually one of the worst works.
Yeah, I know, I'm just kidding, because I know Sloth didn't very much enjoy that.
I read it all in scans.
I loved Remina.
Are you sure about that?
Remina was crap. I actually ran out of like doggy bags and scooped up my dog's crap with it.
And I heard it was actually like so bad. That's why I'm never reading it, because I already don't like Junji Ito. So me reading that's probably gonna make me just want to burn my whole entire like Gito singles.
I've only read Uzumaki, but like after hearing it was his best work, like I just didn't very much like Uzumaki.
It is
and
his
people
best
say
work.
it's his best work, so I'm like, okay, yeah.
Exactly, it's not good.
No more Junji Ito for me.
It's his best. Okay, here's the thing. Junji Ito is kind of like a weird, kind of like comfort food for me, if you know what I mean. Like, I read so much of his shit, but I don't enjoy it.
Why do you do that?
We need someone to give him the story, and then let him draw.
Like No Longer Human?
No Longer Human is probably the only Junji Ito work I'll pick up later on.
No, dude, read the novel, dude. It's one of the greatest like pieces of
fiction.
fiction.
I'm gonna read the manga.
Oh, okay.
I don't read books. I read mangas.
Wait, what were you saying? What were you saying?
Yeah, we need pictures. I need pictures.
Did you actually just kick this guy out of the Discord?
Very disrespectful.
Yeah, just like how you're disrespecting the words of Osamu Dazai because you're not picking up the novel.
Yeah, facts.
I'm gonna read the manga. Junji Ito drew it for a reason.
Dazai didn't die for this.
Whoa, okay, now we don't have to go that far, because, like, that's a little messed up, because he actually did commit suicide, like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys think that there would be, like, any other series that are, like, releasing right now that in the future could become, like, grails? I think that one that I think definitely will be is I Am a Hero, just because it's Dark Horse, and it's had problems, and it's probably only gonna get one more reprint, and I could see people like that don't have it like desiring it.
Okay.
I'm already sitting around waiting for 5 through whatever. You know, because
they announced only
because
reprint, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the reprint train because I don't want to pay $50+ a volume. It's just not
exactly like it's already having problems, and it's probably only going to get one more reprint if it even does get a reprint, which I hope it does because I want to get it.
But I do think I saw that it was getting a reprint.
I thought they tweeted that.
There wasn't like a specific date for it or anything.
I have like 2 that I think will definitely like go out of print at least somewhat. They're kind of like, I like to call them the 2 series that I think are ticking like kind of time bombs of profit, if you know what I mean. And I think the first one definitely is the aforementioned Real, because one, it's made by an author who's known for just abandoning series, and it hasn't been reprinted. It's an old Viz Sig line, and it's also just like it's already slightly going out of print. And this is somebody who's known for making series that he doesn't pick up. So I just think that one's progressively definitely going to go out of print. And there's another one, I'm kind of blanking on it, that I usually lump in with that. I'm kind of blanking on it at the moment, but was it Mob? Here we can talk.
I was gonna say Mob. Mob. I feel like Mob.
Just say anything Dark Horse.
I feel like so.
Yeah,
No, definitely some things for Dark Horse. I don't think will ever go out of print. Like Berserk, I don't think will go out of print.
Honestly, I think.
But then the rest, I think
Berserk will eventually.
I think everything outside of Berserk will, because Berserk's definitely their biggest selling point.
Wait, but also
those deluxe editions are probably going to be pretty expensive someday. I know they're not doing ginormous redo print runs on those.
Yeah, I know, but
the other one that I just remembered, the other big one I think is Black Torch. That obviously it was abandoned, so it's abandoned. It's a very underrated series. You can find minimal reviews on it on YouTube, very few. It's just a very underground series, and it's Shonen Jump, which tends to just abandon stuff like Gintama, and I think it's just going to become one of those, honestly, because it was canceled.
Well, honestly, with Real, I don't know if I've kind of mixed opinions on that, because yes, it could, but now that is making like chapters, and like I'm pretty sure there's been like a volume or 2 that's came out since it kind of came to a halt. Like I think they'll definitely give it like a lot more reprints, and if it gains popularity, which I think it will now that the community is much bigger since it probably got its last reprint. Like it could keep going for a while. Maybe eventually it will go down, but honestly, I think it's doing it will do pretty good for a while.
I mean, I think anyway did say he wants to finish Real, so I feel like Real actually has a chance of staying in for a while longer because of that. Because he literally abandoned Vagabond because he'd rather go on Real. Like he abandoned Real because he went on to Vagabond, but then he just didn't like Vagabond and was like, "Yeah, I like basketball way more, so I'm going back to Real and finishing it."
Okay.
So I think that I actually have confidence in him actually releasing chapters in time.
Nope.
To actually
I have no confidence in this fucking shit bag.
Okay. You say that, but I don't think Real is going to be too long, first of all. And yes, he's releasing chapters slow, but at least he's releasing chapters unlike 6 Years of Vagabond.
Yeah, there's been volumes coming out.
No, there hasn't.
Are they doing reprints? Are they doing any reprints?
Japan, but I think once 15 comes out in English, they'll do reprints.
I think 14 came out in like 2009, maybe 20.
Yeah, because then he went to Vagabond, and then now he's back on to Real because he says he didn't like Vagabond and he'd rather just finish out Real. He did say that, so I think that he will make more chapters.
Because good luck getting like a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, he once he started coming back from Real, he made like 4 chapters already.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like he hasn't made chapters. Like I think he will. I have confidence in Inoue to actually finish Real because the only reason like he probably finished actually not Slam Dunk is probably the reason why he's not making chapters because when you have a series like Slam Dunk that does so well, same thing with Togashi with Yu Yu. When you make another series, you're not gonna have nearly as much motivation. Like you already made the money. But I think that he does like basketball a lot. Like he says it a lot. Like it's by far one of his favorite things. So I do have confidence that he'll probably finish it because like it's his favorite type of story to write. It's his 3rd basketball manga too. So like
I feel like amazing.
Yeah, he wrote another one that's like a cyberpunk basketball manga in between Slam Dunk and Real.
Buzzer Beater.
Yeah, wasn't it terrible though?
Yeah, I think it's not as good as either of them.
Terrible. I mean, I've actually heard. Because I think Insidious Swede gave it a pretty fucking good review. Buzzer Beater, I think, is what it's called. Yeah, I
don't know. I just heard it was bad.
Really?
I heard it's just not as good as Real and Slam Dunk.
Haven't read it.
Yeah, but Real and Slam Dunk are like. Well, I just caught up with Real Volume 14, and I'm not gonna go too much into it because I'm making a review. But oh my fucking god, it's great. Like people sleep on the series.
Are you waiting for Volume 15 to come out in English?
To like. Well, has he released any new chapters online?
Volume 15 is out in Japan.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, because he already made a volume in Japan. Like, he's coming back, bro.
No,
Unlike, I mean, Miura's kind of coming back. He's making more chapters than usual.
Okay,
thankfully.
shut up, dude. Shut up.
Like,
he's making
in a year.
3 chapters a year now.
3?
Damn.
That's way better for Miura than usual.
Bro,
so like it's like a volume every 3 years.
Bro, he's playing his game.
He needs to stop playing Idolmaster, dude.
Togashi has to stop playing Dragon Quest.
Well,
yeah, but that's not as bad as Idol.
No, we're not gonna even Idolmaster. You literally catch lollies. Like obviously Togashi. I don't even think anyone should have any faith in Togashi. He's definitely the worst of the 3.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You do realize he has a literal like chronic condition with his back. He can barely get out of bed. So yeah, I mean, laying on his back all day is kind of hard to...
He should go to a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't roast him because of that. I just like making fun of Dragon Quest.
Why do you?
Yeah.
I mean, I know he has a chronic condition. I just like making fun of Dragon Quest, I'll be honest. Because like out of all games...
just have his wife help him. I mean,
I think he can easily do storyboards, probably, because he does...
She does great backgrounds in Sailor Moon and stuff. I mean, I don't know if she wants to draw anymore. I mean, she's getting all those royalties.
But she did, it is said that she did ask him in an interview, she did ask him if she could, and he said no.
What the fuck?
He's too prideful. He takes too much pride in his work.
The way they treated him with Yu Yu Hakusho, it's, it kind of makes sense. They kind of ran him over, like steamrolled him.
Dude, they're doing the same thing, they did the same thing with Togashi as they did with Kubo. They, like, steamrolled him out. And now they're just trying to get him back in with Hunter x Hunter. Like
they're trying to just put some band-aids on it, saying, "Hey, we want some of that sweet Hunter money."
It's kind of like what they're doing with they did with Bleach. What they're doing with Burn the Witch. Like, yo, please come back with Burn the Witch.
Yep.
It's like Jump is like, if you really think about it, Jump is pretty damn corrupt. Thinking about it.
Oh yeah.
I have another thing I want to talk about. That's kind of like a theory almost, or a prediction, you could say. where I think that now that because Kodansha owns, what is it, Vertical now?
Yeah.
Like that, like Vertical is still its own thing, but Kodansha owns it. I think that a lot more out of print Vertical stuff is gonna come back in print because since Kodansha has come, like we've seen Message to Adolf come back, and we saw the Monaco and the Monogatari Box Set 1 come back.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've seen a lot more things, and I think that especially a lot of like Tezuka works, like does Vertical do like Blackjack or stuff like?
Yeah, they do
They do Blackjack.
Because
They
I know
also
they
do
do
Buddha.
like a shit ton of Tezuka works.
I think they do
I
everything.
think a lot of those could come back.
Dude, I'd just be so hyped.
Because
oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, it's just since Kodansha has it, they may have a bit more funding to do stuff, and they'll be able to bring back a lot of stuff.
And
I think that if they do that, Vertical could become like up there with like Viz, not up there with Viz, but like up there with Kodansha, even though Kodansha like owns them. But you know what I mean.
And not only just like stuff that's already like if they, because Tezuka's kind of like I think Tezuka's really like gonna make a comeback. I hope, just so we can get a lot more Tezuka that like wasn't, because we just have like fucking like what, he's made 700 series. We have like a shitload to like put into English, and we have like 10 of them. I think like Vertical could really like help that, and obviously stuff like Ode to Kirihito or Buddha is stuff that like I'm very interested in. But obviously
By comeback, you don't mean Tezuka making another manga, right?
Dude, Tezuka's dead.
That's what I was gonna say. He's kind of dead, so I don't know what you're trying to say here when you like make a comeback with Osamu Tezuka. He's not alive.
In terms of popularity.
Yeah. I know
they've been bugging him to write more chapters.
To be honest, I kind of wanted Vertical when they did this to kind of become like Kodansha's digital prison bitch and just physically print all the digital prison volumes, like Tokyo Revengers, Blue Lock, and like Ace of the Diamonds mainly. But
wait, Kodansha's holding on to Blue Lock?
Yeah, they have that in digital prison. Right?
Fuck them. If they don't print Blue, like, I haven't even read Blue Lock, but like, I just really want to read it. I'm probably just gonna end up reading it on scans.
I really want to read it because like
if they don't like publish it.
I'm actually into soccer. It's just like, bro.
Whenever something gets taken out digitally and not physically, I don't have hope with Kodansha.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah, because they just hold on to a shit ton of stuff.
Dude, they have Tokyo Revengers and digital hell, like.
And they have Ace of the Diamond.
Yeah, they also have Ace of the Diamond. They have 60 Ace of the Diamond volumes for digital prison. You think I ain't depressed about that?
That's not fun.
Dude, Ace of the Diamond is my favorite sports series, bro. I wish I had that.
It's like they're just hogging. Not kinda. Like, they're just holding on to all these rights. But it's like, could you print that, please?
It's because they're in the digital magazines of Kodansha in Japan, though. I believe.
Yeah, I guess.
Did any of you guys ever get like worried a little bit that the more time passes, the more things are going to be like straight to digital?
Kinda.
I hope not.
Though.
Like
we know it's eventually going to happen. Just hopefully not in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point, like maybe a couple 100 years they will, but I feel like nowadays it's coming more big physically, so I don't think they will right now.
But like, you never know what could happen in like 20 years. Like, stuff advances fast.
We just gotta hope that bookstores don't go down. That's like one stepping stone towards it.
Yeah.
Like
then my collection would be worth like thousands and thousands. So I don't know. That's one plus.
True.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's when shit like fucking Viz own series, which is like stuff like that's popular, like fucking like Dragon Ball Super would like go out of print and stuff.
Bro, I don't care. Put Dragon Ball Super out of print. Give me Komodo Jihan right this second.
Dude, Komodo Jihan's trash from what I've heard.
No, it's good. It's very good actually. I got Gamio to read chapter 1 today, and he like fell in love with it.
I was just messing with you.
Like, dude, come on! I just want there's so many series that like are pretty popular in Japan, but they're just not printing, and I'm just depressed.
Yeah, it's annoying. Honestly, I might read Blue Lock on scan soon, just because I really want. Maybe I'll give it like I don't know. What could happen in a few months though? Probably nothing.
Anime
it's probably
announcement.
not even.
Yeah, facts. An anime
Yeah, I don't know,
announcement.
but like,
An anime
but the
announcement.
thing is, like, then you get the announcement for it to be published, like, which could take like another month or two, and then like it gets published, and then you wait volume by volume for it to come out. Like, I could just read it on scans and then wait, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, if an anime comes out, it's probably gonna get physicals. I mean, if Tokyo Revengers anime pops off, I believe physicals probably will happen.
Yo, hopefully Blue Lock isn't bad though.
Turns out, like, you read Blue Lock, and the only thing good about it is its art.
Yeah, hopefully.
The art is nice
hopefully
as
not.
hell, but like, I don't know about the story. All I've heard is
Yeah,
like
as a
I'm
soccer
just-
player, maybe I could appreciate it.
I'm just excited for if Blue Lock comes to physical, it'll be the first manga ever printed with the word blue in it.
Okay.
Yo,
Dude,
right?
that's such a cap, bro. That's such a cap.
No,
I have
Manga
four
Soft's
blue
sexy,
series
right,
in my
dude?
collection. I actually have 4 blue series in my collection.
There's like 5 blue series that just came out, like Blue Flag, Blue
Blue-
Giant, Blue Period.
I know,
like,
bro. I
what's-
can't keep track.
what's all this
Like,
blue.
I thought Blue Flag and Blue Period. Blue Giant was something I was watching for like when I started collecting 2 years ago. Like I've been watching that one for a bit, like to come out in English. But literally, Blue fucking Flag and Blue whatever.
It's like
Period.
Eiffel 65 up in this.
They blend into one.
Blue Period's so
Yo, I'm
good.
waiting for Blue. Once is Blue Flag Volume 7 is coming out soon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Real
Maybe once Volume 7 comes out, I'll start collecting it. And then, like, by the time I complete it, or by the time I start reading it, like, I'll have 8. And then I'll just binge
I
it.
got people telling me the ending sucks.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. The
Okay.
ending is garbo.
From what I've heard, because I talked to many, they say that the ending is like perfect, but then they have an extra chapter that makes it even worse. Which is
Sure.
kind of annoying. Because I've talked to like 2 people, and that's what they said. They said that like, the ending's fine, and then there's an extra chapter that just kills it.
So like Solonin.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so like, yeah.
Was the epilogue bad?
Oh my
guess.
god, dude! It's like one of the most beautiful, like wrapped up, neat stories, and the fucking epilogue just, dude, it makes me angry. It was like 6 years after, maybe even more, maybe like
It's
almost
like,
a decade.
That sucks.
Don't fix
Endings-
something that
endings
doesn't need
really-
fixing.
Endings really, I don't know about you guys, but endings really affect my like overall view.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
Yeah, that's why.
Like I could be reading the whole way up to the last 10 pages, and it could be a 10 out of 10. And if the ending completely bombs, it just takes it down 3-4 points immediately, almost.
Yeah, it's a
Even
race.
More points.
What happens if that happens?
Maybe not 4. It depends what because it might be a little exaggerated.
What
but
do you think?
still.
What would you do that if that happens with One Piece?
Holy crap! Let's not talk about
yeah,
that.
dude. Yeah,
To be
dude,
honest, I don't think One Piece's ending's gonna be shit at all. I think it's gonna be really good.
an
But
Yeah.
example of like that is
Yeah.
How much?
Imagine like One Piece, like imagine just something like, just imagine like in some crazy thing happens and it just gets canceled. Like I know it wouldn't, but like just something crazy happens.
Oda
I feel like
dying.
at this point, Jump would just never cancel One Piece.
No, but like what if Oda like
Got in a
did
car crash.
something or
Oh, that
yeah,
turned out.
or Oda.
Oh,
and
or what if
how
he turned into like
issues.
Nobuhiro Watsuki?
I don't know
Not
what kind of
necessarily
rights he
doesn't
has
necessarily
with
have
it,
to
but
doesn't necessarily have to be that, but
yeah, if he just stopped it and put cease and assists on everything, because I don't know, started suing anybody that tried to continue it or something.
Facts. Yeah, imagine, dude, he just copyrights every One Piece material, dude.
If we're gonna
he
talk
strikes
about
like the
bad
Food War-
endings,
yo,
what if
One
it-
Piece
strikes, like,
goes
the
out of
food-
print.
He strikes like the Food Wars author for like fucking like this Shokugechi no Sanji. He just goes like crazy, dude. Imagine Oda on a rampage.
Yo, didn't Food Wars just like deteriorate like in quality?
Oh,
Yeah, I got
100%.
Like and then it got canceled.
That's what I've heard.
You
Yeah.
see, stuff like that just makes me angry. Like similar to how we were talking about endings. Like it just annoys me. It's like you have this really great series, and it just becomes like a bad series. Not a bad series, but like an okay series quickly.
Uh-huh.
Like it's just one of the most disappointing things.
Uh-huh.
Now, just imagine the next chapter of AOT is just complete
That's
ass.
exactly what I was about to say. I was because I Like, you know, I've been trying to say that, like, dude, imagine, like, the last chapter of AOT is just the most garbage dog shit thing ever. That would be so funny.
To be honest, I think
that would
like
not
an
be
alarm
funny.
goes. It's like a couple pages, like an alarm goes off, and then like Aaron wakes up, and it was all just a dream.
Imagine.
Dude, I would actually cry.
Wait, but like, it's like, no, dude, imagine it's like an alarm goes off, and it shows that like in, you know, the first chapter where Aaron's like having the dream, and then it showed that the whole time he just went back to sleep.
Oh my god, I would actually just throw my computer across the room.
Dude, Isayama would probably do that, though. I'm not even joking.
Dude, Isayama showed us the final panel, and then he also said that the ending is going to make us all cry, and it's a puddle of tears. So I wouldn't be surprised.
If it's trash, we should all get together as a community and do like a Kickstarter for some people to like commission a new volume.
Yeah.
I bet you someone out there can like make a better book. If that happens, I bet you someone out there like Fiverr can make better chapters.
That's not happening with the anime though. Isn't the anime getting like rushed really bad or something?
The final season is ending on chapter 116.
Are you sure they're not doing a second part?
That's what they're naming it, the final season. They're not doing part 1, so I don't know what the fuck.
Oh my god, if they don't do it...
I feel like
do that manga
I feel like they're making movies. Because like the last 20 chapters feel like a movie to me. But like even then it would just be annoying.
Yeah, that's not terrible to be honest, but like I just rather it be normal, you know?
Now just imagine you go to theaters to see the AOT ending, and just imagine how hyped up that will be.
Dude, no, I think they should just do an OVA, honestly. Like, maybe a bit of a longer OVA. Because, like, obviously they're not fucking doing part 2 because, bruh, they say part 1's not in the name. But, I don't know. Wait, for season 3, was part 1 in the name? Like, was that...
Yeah, I don't think so. It was?
It was.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
I don't know if you guys watched Sailor Moon, but that's sort of what they did. They redid all of Sailor Moon and OVAs and like really great new animation, correct adaptation, and then it gets to this one point where there should be another season, and then they just stopped and they're just making 2 movies. And I don't know, I don't like that. I'd rather just have a whole season.
They better not do what they did with Inuyasha, where the last episode's just like, go finish it off in the manga. Like, I bet you $5 if they do that for AOT and Black Clover, because Black Clover's ending in the end of March as well. Bro, if they do it for either of those, I'm gonna fucking slap this studio. I do not care.
Did Inuyasha, like, the character, did they advertise the manga in that episode, or was it just like, oh...
Yes, during the ending of the ending song, I think they showed it. I didn't watch it myself, but I think they said continue it in the manga.
That's horrible! That's, like, the most, like, you know, the big meme is, like, for, like, something like Tokyo Ghoul is like, why is this happening? And it's like, oh, just read the manga. You know what I mean? But like, dude, it's actually happening, bro. I only watch
to be continued in JoJo's, but it says to be continued in the manga. That's all I see when I think of that, and that's just like painful.
Yeah, that would.
On the last page, they have like a singing greeting card. It opens it up, and then they have the music from the JoJo's ending.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, they're like, you can buy this for this amount of money. And he's like, go to rightstuff.com, and it's like Joseph, like, ordering, like, on his computer, but it's just like this shitty advertisement.
I'm not like a MAPPA hater. Like, I think what they do is really good. But it's just it's a shame because they didn't have enough time. But like, imagine if Wit Studio was just given like the time and like they could afford like it, like, and imagine like it just continued as it was.
Dude, that would have been nutty. It just would have been considered a modern day classic. But
yeah,
kind of fucking it. They only had 10 months, so I can't blame them. But look at how much effort they gave JJK.
Yeah, they put a lot into JJK, right?
Did you not put that JJK effort into Chainsaw Man? Dude. I am literally going to MAPPA and I'm gonna slap the head director.
Dude, we can do that together because I think you're on with me that like I think we're on the same wavelength where Chainsaw Man is the best new gen easily, right?
Out of all new gens, it's kind of hard for me because like technically Black Clover, but I don't really like counting it because it was 6 years ago now.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? Like minus One Piece and stuff like Black Clover. It's been going on for a bit.
For like the things that have been going on for the start of the past 2 years, that and Kaiju number 8 are my favorite too.
Kaiju number, oh my god, dude. Kaiju number cringe, am I right?
Kaiju number 8 is so good. Like, actually so good.
Haven't read it.
Dude, it actually is so good. It's like, they actually just wrote such an amazing story so early on. And like, whenever I went to chapter 1, I was like, okay, this kind of just feels like AOT. But as time goes on, it just doesn't feel like AOT at all. Because, like, this guy, he can transform into this shit that's, like, powerful and, like, he swore to kill, yada, yada, yada. But, like, as time goes on, he takes a very different approach than Eren. And, like, it just takes a very different approach, and I really do like that.
Uh-huh.
And it just makes it such a unique shonen, because they don't really use many tropes.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I think Kaiju number 8 and Chainsaw Man, because, like, if I'm going into darker shonen, I don't think Chainsaw Man's better. But if I'm going into, like, overall shonen, I think Kaiju number 8's better than Chainsaw Man. Because I think Chainsaw Man is really good, gritty shonen. Like, it does a really good aspect of gritty shonen, Chainsaw Man. Well, Kaiju number 8 is very overall really good, and it doesn't need that grittiness to it. It can have those lighthearted moments. Chainsaw Man does have those lighthearted moments too, like the bar scene in Volume 3. That's really lighthearted and funny. But, like, I think that there's just something about Kaiju number 8 that just makes it so good.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And how does that pertain to our rare manga topic today?
We're totally off topic.
I think we're totally.
I hope we go off topic.
We've said what we I think we said what we needed about rare manga, but like now we're just talking,
Dude, just
I did want to say one thing about rare manga. I want a foil or one of those holographic volume 1s of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Those are nice. I want that of don't they have it for Shaman King?
Don't they have one for Fullmetal Alchemist Volume 2?
One.
Like, do you guys know why my Fullmetal Alchemist Volume 2 is shiny? I might upload a video on why. Dude, it's so crazy.
Stop it, bro. Stop it.
I don't know, Sloth probably doesn't get the joke, but it's an inside
he definitely doesn't get the jokes. We'll explain to you after the episode.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay.
It's shiny Fullmetal Alchemist Volume 2. But
so on Box, why do you think Orient is? On Box, why do you think Orient is so underrated and the best manga in the last 10 years?
Oh, I just think that the characters are great.
You're a liar.
Is amazing.
I can't wait for to read Magi and his like view on Shinobu Otaka just to completely do a 180.
Dude, I'd actually punch you.
People in my comments for that video were like, "Don't worry, Magi's really good," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna let this affect my opinion on Magi."
Dude, he's gonna get the bow batted Magi and be like, "Okay,
dude,
well,
if you don't like Magi,
well
I'm
then."
punching you,
Dude. That shows up. Oh fuck!
Dude, I'm punching you on Box if you don't, or shanking you actually if you don't like Magi because of fucking Orient, dude.
No. Box has.
Oh yeah.
I think he said during the antagonist episode that like he does very much like political stuff. And if he likes political stuff, he's gonna like.
I love political stuff.
Dude, if you like political stuff, Magi might be up there. Like,
I love political stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I went into Magi not knowing anything about it. No reviews, no anything, and I was blown away by how much political stuff in there that isn't.
Yeah, that's how I went into Orient. And guess what happened?
Okay.
Yeah,
it was dog shit.
Magi is just a completely different story. It does start off kind of slow, but once you get out of the dungeon and like they start getting into politics, it's insane. It's
yeah, no, I'm just messing around, but still, like damn, don't buy Orient.
Actually, do buy it. It's really
against
good.
Magi is that all their faces sort of look the same to me.
Yeah,
he just has like this. He just
kind
of
of Claymore vibes.
Claymore. Same with Claymore,
puts,
though.
Like a different hair on it.
There's like 5
faces
they make. Like there's like 5 man faces and 5 like female faces that Shinobu Otaku makes, and she uses it for everything. But I don't really mind that. Like if you look at Jafar and Alibaba, they literally have the same face, just one with black hair. But I don't really. That doesn't really affect me too much. It's like. You know, I've watched a lot of Fairy Tail, then I read Eden Zero, and I actually like Eden Zero. So
he puts in so much extra detail for every single thing else on the body that you never really it never really bugs you.
Yeah, because he does change out the outfits a lot too. Like, everything in that's kind of different, other than like the one overriding character in each series, like Rave Master to Fairy Tail had Blue, and then Fairy Tail to what's it called had Happy in Zero. So I mean, he does a bit. I don't like any other than Zero.
If he drew like Attack on Titan, it would be hard because if it's 30 people with the same face, just different heights and Survey Corps gear, you'd be like, oh jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've all kind of like said our pieces, but I think before we like end this episode, I think we can all just kind of wrap it up with some rare manga that we want to collect, and I guess we can go down the line of the Discord call. And yeah, I think
it's a great idea, J-Dog.
Yeah, great idea. I know, I'm a genius, dude.
Not like someone else just said that in the Discord chat.
Oh, no, nobody said that.
Second worst story.
Oh, 100%, dude. I'm originality just shines. It's through everything I say. Yeah, I guess the main one that I want to collect, aside from Real and the aforementioned 20th Century Boys, I really, really, really want to collect Lone Wolf and Cub. Like I've been really getting into like I read it and I really enjoyed it, but I couldn't read it because god damn is it hard to read with the omnibuses. It is just a nightmare. It's not fun. It's not fun. Another series that I'm definitely looking to collect that's more on the out of print side is this one. Okay, I really like the anime, and this is probably the most out of print manga like ever. It's like insanely hard to find, but Mushishi I really, really want, and I know it's hard. It's hard. It's gonna be hard. It's definitely gonna be hard.
To be honest, I've heard that like the first few volumes aren't even that bad. It's mainly like the last 4.
Yeah, exactly.
And by 4, I mean I'm including the 3-in-1. I think it's 7 and the 3-in-1 that are really hard to find.
Yeah. So, should I go now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm actually trying to get into a lot of rare series now. Like, I already have, like, most of Lone Wolf and Cub, little spoiler for my haul, I guess. And I want to finish that up because I found a great deal on Lone Wolf and Cub. And I also want to collect Battle Royale. It's just, it's just, like, a very well-known rare manga, and I heard it's really good. And it's a little bit, like, it's not easy to collect, but it's on the easier side just because, like, it's more around, you could say. Also, as I said earlier, I want to collect Eden, and 2 big ones I want to collect, but I will do eventually, even if it takes me, like, 2+ years. I do want to eventually try to piece together the Gantz singles. Like, I'll probably, like, I might give up eventually, and this other one that I want to piece together slowly is GTO, which is another big one, but still want to collect that one.
Because I love the anime for GTO. Yep.
Okay, for me, I just really want to finish the series I have that are rare, like 20th Century Boys 17 and 19, and the Monster Hunter Flash Hunter volumes, but that's basically what I want rare, because I don't really want much rare things, but before I get off the sloth, there's one thing I really just say. Fuck Haikyuu.
Of course.
Okay.
So for me, I'm probably the same as Jake. I really, really love Haikyuu and want to collect it. So, obviously, like most people, I have a giant list, and right now I am kind of like what Jake's doing, filling in some holes. With like I said, Toriko, I Am a Hero, Borukanaro, R's, or however you say that.
Also, I Am a Hero is my list too. Forgot about that
one.
And stuff like that. Bokurano.
Bokurano. It's like Boku, Mai, and Rano.
It's just one of those things where you read it in your head, but you never say it out loud. So
barbecue.
Yo, I do that all the time. Like I say something like a manga name. Dude, people are just like, what the fuck?
When I was younger, I said Sasuke for Sasuke.
Dude, how did you say Ghost from Black Clover Unboxing?
I said like Gotcha. Or Gotchi or something like that.
Gotcha.
Like I just read it how it's spelled,
Yeah. I can't wait till you meet Sakurai and you're just like, how the fuck do I say this name?
Well, he'll know now.
I'm gonna say Sakurai now.
Yeah, bruh.
Fuck. I didn't want to say the other name because it would spoil who it is, but
Okay. Sloth, do you want to finish up? Kind of got sidetracked.
With what?
Do you have any other rare manga you want to collect?
I mean, besides like the foil, like Yu Yu Hakusho or something. Also, like when we're talking nostalgia, I do want to collect. Yu Yu Hakusho is probably my most nostalgic manga I own that I love. That's why I'm looking for a $300-400 volume that's just shiny. You know what I mean? But I do want to collect Yu Yu Hakusho in every language, like everyone that has a different looking manga.
Wow.
I mean, like the whole set, like Japanese, German.
You ever see the Japanese
and everything.
Like Full Metal Edition kind of for you?
Yeah.
They have a hardcover one half, and those are so nice.
Oh, insanely.
I want it. But I'm probably not getting it.
I guess that wraps things up. I'll reiterate just the point of this episode, which was really to get across, just don't be a head-ass, collect what you... Oh, fuck Haikyuu.